How's it going, everyone? Welcome into the Offseason podcast. I'm Hunter, joined as always by Brodie and Trevor. This is the show where it's about disc golf, but it's not about what's going on in disc golf, and we just keep you entertained all offseason long, which isn't that much longer at this point. But anyways, before we get into our story to kick the show off, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Hey everyone, with the holidays creeping up faster than your aunt's fruitcake recipe, I've got something way better to share with you. If you want to look sharp for all those festive gatherings and maybe finally win that Best Groomed at the Family Dinner award, check out Manscaped's latest masterpiece, the Chairman Pro Package. Trust me, it's like Rudolph for your face, guiding you to a smooth, irritation-free shave. Head over to manscaped.com and join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using code DEBATENIGHT for 20% off and free shipping. Let's dive into the goods. The Chairman Pro is armed with not one, but two interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. Think of them as your grooming superheroes. You have the 4-blade foil and the stubble trimmer for when you want to keep some stubble, but clean it up a little bit, and both keep you looking sharp with minimum razor burn and irritation, because no one wants to show up to the holiday party looking like they lost a fight with the Christmas tree. The Chairman Pro is also waterproof, which means you can use it in the shower, and it simplifies cleanup too. Just a quick rinse under the sink, and you're all set. So get the Chairman Pro package today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. And don't forget to get 20% off and free shipping with code DEBATENIGHT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with code DEBATENIGHT at manscaped.com. Thanks again to Manscaped. So let's kick this off with a little story here. This is from Zeke. He said, I started to get seriously into disc golf in 2019 at the beginning of my junior year of college. Before then, I had played just a little bit with friends from church and other groups very casually, but I didn't know anything about how to throw, what different discs did, etc. Anyway, I was a freshman in college and knew nothing about the game. I was interested in this girl and kind of wondering if we would end up dating eventually, so I decided to take her disc golfing. Me, who knew absolutely nothing about the game at all, had one single disc that I owned, an ESP Avenger SS that I'd found in a creek in high school, so I felt relatively confident that I could teach her how to play the game. We showed up to the course that I had never played before. A lot of bad decisions happening right now. Yeah. Showed up to the course that I had never played before, and after wandering around the park, eventually found a concrete pad and a tee sign that I figured must be hole 1. It's not. It's hole 21 on a 23-hole course. I began to teach this girl how to throw, basics about the game, and very simple mechanics. Watch this. I'll show you. I was ready to demonstrate. This hole was very simple, right around 300 feet, dead straight shot, but had this big wall of trees along the right side of the fairway. The wall of trees was thick, but on the other side of the trees was road, and past that was about a 60-degree downslope into a river. From the tee pad to the river is about 200 feet at an almost 90-degree right angle. No real danger at all. Anyway, you know where this is going. I'm ready to show her all of my disc golf expertise and to start to think about my throw. I feel more confident than I ever have in my disc golf career. And as I wind up a backhand shot, I have no doubt I'm about to absolutely nail this hole. I go through a sloppy run up, reach all the way back, and rotate my entire body to rip a shot straight into the river. There was a brief moment of awkward silence as I came to the realization that I had just shanked the only disc I owned straight into the water, and this outing was officially over. This is still, by a ridiculous margin, the worst grip lock I've ever thrown or witnessed. Every time I step to this hole nowadays, I realize just how far away that river is from the tee pad, and I'm reminded of my proud college freshman self that foolishly tried to impress a cute girl by taking her disc golfing.
That's why you never bring one disc. That's the risk you run.
I got three points.
All right,
first point, what the heck does Silas do? Why is everyone so crystal clear?
Great point. I don't know. Silas? It's magic.
Okay.
He did have a phone call with Lumos earlier today, so I don't know if that's anything to do with
this. Looks incredible, Silas. Well done.
Dirty Lumos.
Well done. Second point is why do courses not have a consistent number of holes?
Yeah, good point.
23, that's crazy.
23 is very random.
It is so weird. Like I don't get that.
Like at least 24 is like they added an extra 6.
Well, actually,
23 is just
here's what happens some of the time, and probably, well, I think there's two scenarios. One scenario is courses just want to be different. That's definitely a thing. But I think a lot of times what happens is they're trying to make a loop. They get to 16 holes and they're like, shoot, we're a half a mile from the parking lot. Like, unless we went 4 consecutive 800-foot holes, we're going to have to do something a little less extreme and go to 20. I think that's what happens most of the time.
But how do you get to 23?
I think most of the people that are
23, that's just a different level of insanity.
I think your second point's more accurate because the majority of these courses that are being built are not being built by disc golfers. They're being built by people in the city,
True.
that side. So I think it's more on the, we have this land, let's just keep putting holes in.
Here's something that a disc golfer might do. Here's something I can see happening. Disc golfers get really excited about properties when they're installing courses, right? They can get all worked up about it. So what happens is a disc golfer gets access to a property to design a course, and they just can't decide on 18 holes. There's too many good spots. And so they're like, well, we'll just do 23 because like I can't leave out this one or this one. They get attached to them. They can't get rid of their precious hole
courses that technically have like 24 25 holes. But what they did is they had like 1 through 18, and then they had like A, B, C, D, E, like that.
Yeah.
And so it was like 18 holes, and that was the tournament layout. But then there was a secondary tournament layout that like you played like 1 through 7, and then you jumped over to hole A, B, C, D, E, and then you came back to hole like 12. Yeah, it was very confusing.
It's just confusing. You're going to get people lost out there.
It's not even that. It's also now it makes it. We already have enough courses like difficulty wise from one to another, but now it's like, oh yeah, I just played a course that it's 24 holes. Someone else played a course that it's 18 holes, and someone else played a course that's 9 holes. I think having a number across the board, standardizing it makes a lot of sense. The third point there too is I still just love people thinking grip locked, which, this is no shot at your guys' podcast.
Yeah, interesting to be coming after that.
He's a grip block denier.
It's just impossible. It really is.
What do you mean by that again? Explain this. I've heard this before.
I guess just your timing is what you're saying.
You only can grip lock at a low velocity. So throwing an upshot, you can hold on to the disc and release it late. But no one's actually when you're throwing a full shot, no one is actually releasing the disc. That's why you hear a snap. The snap is coming from the top of your thumb, your finger, your thumb on top of the rim, down into your hand, because the disc is flying out of your hand.
You're forgetting. Correct. That is the correct way to throw. But if this guy only owned one disc,
this was his first time playing. Yeah,
a lot of people arm the disc. They're not snapping it, so they are relying on when they let go of it because they're rounded.
We could be dealing with a low velocity throw to begin with here.
That's what I'm saying. My point is people use grip locked incorrectly when in fact the majority of the time it's just.
I usually reference it when I feel like it gets caught on my finger. Like if I'm throwing a putter and I'm power gripping it and I feel like it got stuck on my pointer finger a little bit, that's usually when I'll reference it.
I most of the time just say I yanked that.
Yeah. I very rarely say, "Ooh, I grip locked it." I feel like there's that.
I think people actually believe that
Hunter.
You can grip lock a disc.
In the bad category,
you can't at full power.
Disc golf terms that new disc golfers love to say, but once you've played for like 10 years, you kind of stop saying. Tombstone,
big one.
Grip locked. Like I
used to be the coolest thing. I would try to tombstone a disc.
Like when I play,
what is it when everyone birdies?
Star frame. Yeah,
star frame. That's a big one.
I feel like when we play with, I'll give an example, and this is nothing against these players at all. It's just that you almost forget about some of them. But when we play like the Heiser Club Championships, and we're surrounded by a lot of like some newer but very passionate disc golfers who span a lot of different levels, I hear disc golf terms that I just don't normally hear. They just love the vocab. And I mean, that's part of the fun,
done that yet for one of your tiering games?
Yeah,
grip lock?
No, we're gonna have to.
Disc golf terms might be a good one.
Yeah,
a great one. All right, well, I let them know before the show, but we're about to go into a different level of the guess the rating game. Again, y'all aren't going to be guessing the division. You're just straight guessing the rating, but it's going to be based on videos of people's throws. So we're just going to see how this goes. Could it be easier? Could it be harder? I don't know. We'll still stick with you text me your rating guess.
Okay.
But I think what we'll probably do is we'll play the video, then I will describe who it is and give you some stats about them, and then we can play the video again. If that makes sense. That way I know I'm describing the right player.
This is going to be electric.
Player and it go to someone else. So let's go ahead. Silas, if you're ready, here's the first
guy.
Wait.
I got to make it big.
Hold on, let me full screen.
Oh, okay.
All
good
right.
call. Good
I'm
call.
ready.
Hold on, I'm not ready.
All right.
All right,
Go
now
ahead,
I'm ready.
Guy.
Ooh, smooth as butter.
Wow, that was actually
All
pretty
right.
nice, especially
nice
in icy
form.
conditions.
Yeah, it is icy conditions. This is Cole Duvall out of Arkansas.
That's a
He is-
good name
He's
too.
been a member since 2022. 22 career events, 2
Ooh.
career wins.
Ooh,
He's
wait,
only
let me
been
take that
playing
back. Let
since
me take that back.
2022.
I'll let you take it back because he did submit it well before I was done describing.
I didn't hear 2022.
Oh, I see
Okay.
this.
Okay.
He's invested.
He adjusted
That's
by
a-
all of like. That's fair. That's fair.
That's
It's
a
just
decent
funny.
adjustment.
That was just funny that you were like, wait. I was expecting like a 20-point
No,
adjustment. You
I'm
adjusted
not
by
like
like 5.
No, I'm not way off, but hearing how long he's been playing
That makes
affected.
sense.
Because
Okay.
we know how the
Brody's
rating
logged in.
system
I sent
works,
mine
right?
in.
You know what I'm
I sent
saying?
mine
And
in.
Trevor is locked in. I expected this. Y'all both went high. Here. Let
That
me
was
get
just nice.
Who
Let me
went
break the
higher?
calculator out. Yeah, I'm not going to say who went higher quite yet.
I mean, that's a good throw, man.
But let's see. Let me
I
get
mean,
my.
is this guy trash at putting? I mean, he has to be terrible at putting.
Maybe he has no forehand.
He should be. Doesn't even matter. What the heck? If you can throw a buttery
What the
backhand like that.
So Cole Duvall's actual rating is 914.
Oh, brother, what are you doing?
Catfish.
What is
Brodie
this
came
guy
in
doing?
At 1,002.
No way.
Trevor came in at 968.
Brody.
So
Brody.
both of y'all are pretty
What
far
are
off
you? What are
there.
you brooding me about?
No,
What's
it
wrong
was
with
a
that
smooth throw.
backhand?
It was a smooth throw.
1,002. We don't have any fans that are that good.
Huh?
Smooth throw.
We don't have any fans that are that good at disc golf.
We've had people over 1,000.
No, I
We
just
have.
when he said he started playing in 2022, it takes a little bit to get up there.
Well,
Like
that's
yeah,
what Brodie
but that's-
originally submitted 1,008, and then after he heard 2022, adjusted it to 1,002, which
Yeah.
that's what got the tackle out of me.
yeah,
914, you said?
Yeah,
it's impressive.
914. It was
Good
good form.
backhand.
All
Yeah.
right, this
It was
guy,
clean.
what's his name? Duvall?
Cole Duvall at Arkansas.
All right, please comment on this. What is going on?
What's your
Because
problem?
I have to know.
I'm gonna guess that was a slow and smooth shot. I'm gonna guess he has timing issues when he speeds up, and I'm gonna guess his putting's not good.
His putting has to be
Can't be good.
atrocious.
His putting
Hunter.
can't be good, Hunter.
Yeah,
It has
those
to
are my
be
His
two.
terrible.
putting
Those are my
has
two
to be like he has to 3-putt almost every other hole.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
with that form, the way that looked, the distance he was able to create, he should be able to easily rattle off 950 to 975 rated rounds easily.
You would think.
Putting,
All right,
man.
let's go ahead and get the next one up here.
4 or 5 strokes around.
Go ahead and
this
play it,
guy's
side
up a
guy.
rip.
See, now I'm going off. See, like the first guy threw better than this guy.
For sure.
All right, wait, I gotta make this one bigger. Can you play it one more time? Hold on, I
Pretty
need to make
park
this
job.
bigger.
So this, while it's playing, is Ben
not bad, though.
Narlock. This is
Not
Ben
bad.
Narlock out of White Bear Lake, Minnesota. He's been a member since 2020 and has 45 career events.
Look at that hole too, with that that tree to keep it a low
Kinda
stealing
sick.
shot. It's kind of a sick hole.
This
This is one of those holes where I would love for there to be a Mando down, because people can get lucky up top. I think every wooded hole needs Mandos. I'll throw
That's
that in
right.
my
there.
guess.
Trevor has submitted.
Gosh, give me
This one's a little tougher.
he did look kind of shocked that he threw a good shot.
That's good. You can read body language now.
I do like the body language read there.
Like he didn't walk off like that was just a normal thing. All right.
Okay, both of you dialed this in a lot
You
more
also
this
sound
time.
kind of like a robot right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but
Oh, sorry. Hello.
you sound slightly robotic.
Is it
Not
better?
like related, but like microphone related.
Yeah, you're not like super robotic,
weird.
but you're kind of like you have
It's like a little sci-fi.
like you
Am I
you
better
put a
now?
filter, like you put a filter on your voice, but it's a crappy filter.
Oh, you know what? Is it better now?
No.
No.
I had my phone really close to my mic. I thought that might have been something.
Nope. We're just gonna
Okay.
get filter Hunter for the rest of the show.
We'll just
Filter
act like
Hunter for
you're
the rest of the show.
congested.
Okay. One of you was within 2, and the other of you was within 5.
Wow.
So great showing from the boys.
Okay.
Ben is actually 935 rated. So Trevor
Oh.
was within 2. Brodie was within 5. Great
Congratulations.
within 2 there. Yeah.
Congratulations. Did you get
Great
937 or 933?
37.
37, and Brodie went 940.
See, but like, if you put those two guys up, I'm thinking the other guy's better than this guy.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Form can be deceiving. That is one thing we have learned about
deceiving
through Bogey Bro battles is looks can be very deceiving. We'll show up sometimes and be like, oh, we're about to mop the floor with them, and then we'll get destroyed.
You gotta have it in between the ears. Gotta have it
like,
between the ears.
These people are going to absolutely destroy us, and we hang in it. So, all right, you're not out of it yet.
His reaction bumped me down 20 points, by the way.
Let's go ahead and bring up this next person, Side Guy.
Thank goodness.
Maple Hill, hole 8.
Short tees, clue.
Kind of stiff. Kind of looks like me a little bit. Stiff.
Yeah, that was
kind of.
All right. This is on
not a nice snap,
Tulam
though.
and Tulam. I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name, but he's out of Fairfax, Virginia. He has been a member since 2024 and has played 6 career events.
Wow, very new to the game.
Very new, but has a pretty decent. So I'm gonna go like.
I'm in.
I mean, it all depends on the type of tournaments he played. I feel like if he played like hard courses, it could be pretty low. But if he's like playing like little dinky courses with his form, I think he could do decent.
I agree.
All right. They all are both in. On to Lam. He plays a little bit all over the place, mainly in MA3.
Good.
Because he is an 864 rated
I'm
player.
so on right now.
Trevor guessed 874. He was within 10. Brodie was 41 points off. 41
What
points
the
too high.
heck?
Brodie guessed low 900. But that's okay, Brodie. We do have a dark horse fourth one coming up. That could save you.
Wow, your audio's back. Good to have you back.
Let's go.
I have yet to go under. I am overestimating everyone's skill level.
Our final one here could be a little interesting. So I think it might. Let's just go ahead and play it here.
Is this a child? All right. Well, foot fault.
Double up?
Yeah, doubled up. So apparently this is Jackson Taylor. He flick putts. This is how he putts. He's a flick putter.
I can't say I blame him.
Being a member since 2021, he has 24 career events, 15 career wins.
If you watch his second forehand, I love how kids throw forehands, where it's very much like very, very whippy.
They lasso
motion.
that thing.
Yeah, versus like just like a little wrist snap.
They don't have the wrist.
Their hands are too small, so they got to really get their elbow snap. I love it.
It's great forehand though. You can tell he gets around a course with the forehand, like he totally could.
He
apparently his nickname is Flicky Wysocki.
Yeah, that's
funny.
Sick.
That's what people call him apparently.
All right, this might be the first one that I go below.
These are tough. Little kid ratings are tough.
This might be the first one that I go below here.
All right. I got to whip the calculator out a little bit here.
Little kid ratings are very tough.
Yeah, I have no idea how good little kids can get. Because again, like the rating system, it's not like a kid like him. If he's rated 900, that is not equivalent to.
No, if he's 900, that's insane.
No, but I'm saying that's not equivalent to. It might not be equivalent to. Like an MA1 player rated 900. Like if you had those two play a course, the MA1 player is probably going to beat him every time, even though they're the same rating.
All right. Well, he is rated 901. Jackson Taylor.
What?
Brodie did make up some ground, but not enough. Trevor was 96 points off. No, Trevor was 96 points off. Brodie was 73 points off. I believe he is 10 years old, if I'm not mistaken. He plays in MJ12.
Really high rated for that.
MJ12 came in 6th place at the MJ12 World.
That's what I'm saying. He's probably playing super short courses and is dominating.
Yeah, but like I've just seen like little kids like PDGA results like in like AM Worlds and Junior Worlds, and usually their ratings are just inherently lower. Like
yeah, but
I just figured
if his dad's smart, I mean his dad's filming him. If his dad's smart, just put him in like little
He plays
tournaments.
a lot of like MA1, MA2 too, though. It looked like.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
he's playing
And
like
like locally, he has to play up some. Yeah,
but
he can't.
but
He can't
again,
just
if you
play.
play, if you play smart courses, he's got a good forehand.
Yeah, kid can flat out play.
Kid
Yeah,
can
just
play.
don't play any courses that require him to throw super far.
That's very impressive.
There was I didn't end up doing this because it was during the picture era of this game, which I don't know if we're fully out of. I think it was electric having the throws, but it clearly was harder.
Videos makes it so much harder, but it might be more enjoyable.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what the comments say. But someone sent their daughter, who was like an MJ6 player or something, and I want to say they were in like the 400s. And I almost put it in there as like a final one because I was like, that could just be electric. As like you could be 200 points off and you might still have a chance to win it.
I don't know that I would have guessed any lower than the 600s.
Yeah, I thought it was like SAT score where you like can't get lower than 1,000.
The person sent it and said, "I think it'd be fun to throw this in there because I bet the guys don't know ratings can go this low because like you pretty much it's only the like low junior girl divisions where ratings are like that because most of them are having to play like the MJ12 division or whatever, so they're playing courses that are way too long for them. Yeah, and then they're playing courses way too long for them that someone like Jackson's playing. And just their ratings just going to crap because it's just the courses are too hard. So I didn't do it though. I thought it'd been funny, but
wow.
All right, let's get to our first topic here. This one's interesting because I actually remember this getting debated in our Discord a while ago. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, what do you do? And it's the best spot to be to talk disc golf. I think we're like 12,000 some strong members. I don't actually know anymore, but a lot of people in there that are chatting up some disc golf. But this came from Randy. He said, I've heard a sentiment from pros and amateurs that I think is misleading, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. The idea is that lower arm speed players will throw farther if they use slower discs, but I haven't heard any convincing arguments that truly support that idea. Here's what I think should be taught to beginners/lower arm speed players. The farthest flying disc is the highest speed disc you can turn when thrown flat or on slight hyzer, something that gives you a true S-turn. For example, I know a bunch of older players who swear by the Mamba because it goes farther than similar slower discs. In my own experience, a flippy or 14 speed goes farther than a flippy 10 or 11 speed. Is this a crazy hot take, or is it a better way to recommend discs?
No, he's. I think you're right. I think the one thing people forget when you have a low arm speed player, what's more important than the disc type is the disc weight. You know, you can get a 130 gram driver in somebody's hands. And yeah, if they can turn it, it's going to go a lot further than a putter. I mean, at the end of the day, the way that the aerodynamics of the disc work is those putters and those mid ranges can only go so far because they're just running into a wall of wind. Like that's why drivers are built that way. So yeah, if you can turn over a disc and get its true flight essentially, then of course it's going to go further. I think people mix up like, the putter recommendation a lot of times comes when like if you're learning how to play disc golf, those discs are just more controllable a lot of the time. So it's easier to get more like straight flights out of them, right? They don't want to fade a lot. They don't want to turn a lot. They just kind of are agreeable. Drivers are a lot more volatile. So that's why they're beginner friendly. But when it comes to distance, they certainly go further. And most beginners who can put at least some kind of move on the disc you can definitely throw a driver. You just got to find the right one.
Yeah. I remember the Discord argument that was being made back in the day it's been probably a year ago now, was basically someone was saying that like a 12 speed will go farther for someone with a low arm speed than like basically the person who was arguing against them was saying that for someone new to the game, the faster speed has no benefit at all. It will not go faster ever. Like you basically, until you can throw a 12 speed, the 12 speed won't do anything. And I just remember thinking, like, I can take my dad out who can only throw like 200 feet, but a lightweight heat does go farther for him than a buzz.
Right.
Just because he can get it to like turn and get that full flight, whereas the buzz is just like dead straight.
I think a lot of times it's less about like, okay, 7 speed versus 12 speed and more about just getting to the driver beveled edge. It's so much different than like a putter. I think the rim width, sure, that might not have a huge effect if you're new, but just having something with the driver sharper edge is, you're going to cut through the wind a lot better and be able to go further.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense to me. There you go. The next thing is someone else sent us their reviews of the Lynchburg courses as an out-of-towner. which I thought would be fun to cruise through. So Tyler said, this is Tyler. He said, just listen to the most recent offseason podcast episode and felt like me and the boys were in the perfect place to review a bunch of Lynchburg courses. Last week, we drove up from Raleigh and did a whole Lynchburg loop. They did 8 courses in 2 days.
Wow.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That's like as much as you could do, basically.
None of us had played any of the courses, only seen them in y'all's videos, and we're all mid to low 800 rated. So not throwing bombs, but it was a blast getting to work out how the courses actually play and how they're each laid out. I'll run them through in order of how they played them. So first I went to Tim Brook Park. He said, awesome little pitch and putt. Good warm up after the car ride. Super fun for new players, but I get why you often skip the wooded holes in your videos. They start to feel the same as you play through them. Perfect course for someone new to disc golf. That was his Tim Brook Park review. I think I can agree with most of that.
I think the wooded holes all play pretty different.
I wouldn't say the wooded holes.
No, I wouldn't say
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are all incredibly different, and then 9 and 10 are the only two that are like, okay, yeah, we get it at this point. But
what's the last one? That's the only
last
one.
Wooded hole.
The last one is a Chip Heiser. They're 10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
That's the only hole that I feel like is a connecting hole.
Yeah.
Right.
Every hole before that, I think is a good hole.
Yeah. The only reason the wooded holes really get skipped, if you're listening, is just because the original loop of the course only plays through part of the wooded holes, and then the new 9, the Lake 9 that will sometimes play, also only includes some of them. So like some of them are just going to get skipped no matter what.
Yeah. Next, they went to New London. He said, don't think there's much to say that others haven't said. OB will kick your butt here, but we all agreed it's one of the best courses we'll ever play. Glad to have gotten to play it before they made any changes, which
a lot
changes
of changes
are starting to be made.
They are grinding up trees as we speak.
It's not even changes. It's going to be a whole new course.
Yeah. The trees are being cut down and so on and so forth. I do believe
when's projected first play?
I was gonna say I don't know when projected first play is, but I know last play is probably January. So you have if you're listening to this and you want to play New London as it is, you have till January. From what I understand, the Parks and Rec department is trying. I think they've already cut in 4 or 5 of the new holes.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get a lot of the early groundwork done. So I think their goal is when they pull the baskets, whenever that may be, end of January, beginning of February, something like that, they can start moving them basically instantly. So we might be looking at a first play of early spring, but I don't want to put words in their mouth because, those things always seem like they're going to go faster than they actually do. I think if I understand it correctly, there might have to be a new parking lot put in and stuff like that, which is what could drag on.
Yeah, hopefully they let us out there before there's tee pads or whatever, just so we can play it.
Yeah, you definitely want sooner than later though, because if they're gonna, there's gonna be a tournament there. Kind of want to get that thing beat in a little bit.
No, yeah. So it sounds like by summer we'll definitely have been playing it for a little bit. That's what it sounds like. It definitely
get Silas out there breaking down some of those, trends and stuff.
I think the good news is the Parks and Rec department has a ton of grass to mow typically. And so during the off season, they typically don't have a lot for their staff to do as far as the ground maintenance people. So that's when they can really work on disc golf courses. Nice. So getting it redesigned now gives them a solid 2.5 months, as long as there's good weather, to just crank out the actual cutting and everything. So we'll see. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the new London.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervously excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Very nervous.
Next, they went to Peaks View. Having both long and short baskets is what makes this course great. A lot more replayable with that as an option. No one aced hole 3, but there's always next year. Yeah, hole 3's just become iconic at this point.
We really need to get a plaque on the near the tee pad.
Well, we can just take one over there.
That's true. They probably wouldn't do anything.
They probably wouldn't even notice. That'd be funny.
That'd be really funny.
Lynchburg College is where they went next. Nice to see a somewhat more difficult 9-hole course. All the 9-hole courses in Raleigh are pretty much pitch and putt, so it was a nice change. We did a Hot Ones challenge here, so we might all have some PTSD and never go back. Interesting. Not really a course review, but okay.
Casual disc golfer groups sometimes, I guess we rub off on them and but they just be it'll be now Gary that was on Imposter, he'll do it a lot of times with his league. That's one thing. But when groups just go out and we did a dozen donut challenge or y'all are crazy for that. It's so funny to me.
It's awesome. Next, they went to Sandusky Park. Solid mid-level course, but not overly memorable compared to some of the others. Great warm-up for our day, though. Did really enjoy 16, 17, and 18 as a final stretch of holes. A lot of scoring separations possible there with a group of the same skill level as ours.
Yeah, Dusky's very agreeable. Pretty
Yeah.
fun. Woods holes are met. 16,
Yeah,
you
the wood
like?
holes
That
are
hole's doo-doo.
okay. Yeah, I don't really like it, but
16
I love
is
Sandusky, but I don't like the wooded stretch.
yeah.
I've really been enjoying our little stretch we've been playing because I feel like it cuts out some of the like more boring wooded holes where we go like 1 through whatever, and then we jump into the woods at like 14 and we just play like 3 wooded holes.
Yeah, we play
I
most
enjoy
of the
that.
part of the course. We just miss like 8 and 10 basically that are fun.
CVCC, solid 9-hole that provides more challenging for beginners.
What
Glad to
is this
see
course?
You never played there.
CVCC. You might not have ever played there.
No, he's never played it.
It's
It's a little
relatively new.
9-holer at a community college
Yeah.
across from Liberty.
So glad to see them get in on the disc golf game. Probably wouldn't go back, but only because so many other great courses to play, which I did see on the like local Facebook group. The guy who's like does a lot for CVCC just posted a picture of him just like cutting down trees. So I
They're
don't know if they're
putting in a
putting in
second
18.
nine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're-
said they might be going to full 18, which could be great because it's a fun little
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, CVCC is a good time. I enjoy it. I hope they
This
do.
is they finished with the Falling Creek Independence 1-2. So
Yeah.
Falling Creek, absolutely loved this course. I'm a wooded golf guy, but this course is beautiful, well maintained, and again, double baskets make it so much better. Some of the distance here and the long baskets don't convey over video. I'm always glad to hear that. Glad to have walked it and have a greater appreciation for when you guys film here.
Fallen Creek rocks. It's the best course ever.
I agree. And then he said Independence. At this point, the crew was exhausted, so I think I was the only one who really loved this course. My favorite on the trip.
Ugh.
The camera doesn't do it justice at all. A lot of respect to Trevor for playing this one every month with that hike. The longs are insane with some of the rollaway potential here, and fun to have a few water holes tossed in for a good measure.
Yeah, Independence is torture. You guys are grinders for going out.
It's crazy
after
y'all
that
did
one day.
all 8 of those.
Holy cow! If you would have started there, you would have given up.
Yeah. He said, coming from Raleigh, which has a lot of good disc golf, what makes Lynchburg so nice was the short distances between all the course, the quality of every course we played, and the views we got while playing. Clearly, the whole area has a lot of respect for the sport. We had a lot of fun stopping by the Foundation store. Amazingly, we didn't lose a disc the whole weekend. We'll be back next year. There you go.
Wow, that is very impressive.
Well, I appreciate it. I always love hearing what outside people think of the courses. So
Next
there's
year,
a little,
to play newer London.
yeah, new London, in squared London. But okay, we're gonna try a new game here. We're gonna throw up some pictures of holes that I got off of UDisc, and you're
Okay.
going to guess what course this was from.
Okay.
Some are going to be Pro Tour courses. Others are just going to be courses that I know we have all played more than one time. So there could be some local courses mixed in there. There could be some Dallas courses mixed in there. There could be some like normal Pro Tour courses, or at least there's courses that like we've all watched a lot of coverage on.
Okay.
So that just kind of give you the grand scope. I'm not saying that's all in this list, but that's if this game continues what I'm pulling from. So it's not just one category. So let's go ahead, Sci Guy, and get this. Actually, before we get the first one up.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, great little sneak peek. I don't know how you want to do.
New London?
There's 4 of them here. So I think we'll just go.
We both know the first one.
We'll go.
I saw it for a split second. It looked like New London and snow.
We'll go one. We'll go. Brodie will guess first, and then Trevor will guess first on the second one, and we'll just see who gets the most right. There's 4 of them. If there has to be a tie, it'll be a tie. So go ahead and throw the first one up, Silas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hole 1 at New London.
It looks like
London?
it's from the short tee, though. I think that's the deceptive part of that one.
It is. Yeah. Well, I didn't know if the snow would throw anyone off because I looked at it and I was like, I might not know where that is.
It's
There
the
you go.
tee pads.
Yeah, the tee pads are the build-up tee
There
pads.
you go.
Are
Okay,
iconic.
so y'all each have 1 point. That's great. Makes a tie lot less likely, I think. All right, go on. The next one, Trevor will have the first guess here.
Okay. Obviously, Pro Tour.
Oh, you might have to text me so y'all don't hear each other's guesses. That might make more sense.
Okay.
He probably won't influence my guess.
Yeah, I feel like Brodie knows exactly what this is. I'm
No.
pretty.
Yeah, I do now. Yeah, I do. I know it.
I'm pretty.
I felt like there
sure.
was enough context in this picture to get where it is.
Oh my gosh.
Let me know when we tell you what it is.
Okay, you're like locked in, so if I
Yeah,
guess, we're not going to
100%.
change.
No. Look on the left side of the photo. That'll help you. That's the fairway.
Yeah.
The far left side of the photo is the fairway of where like you're throwing shots.
Yeah. I see
Par
that.
4. There's a road that goes right across the middle of the fairway. Everyone throws it in this lake when you do practice rounds out here, like at least a couple times.
Gosh, I can't for the life of me.
This tournament, like no one knows who's going to win this tournament every year.
Oh, so it is what I thought. It's Waco.
Close.
Dang,
the other
it's
one.
Idlewild.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah. See, when I looked at the fairway, I was thinking Idlewild, but then when you said the thing about nobody knows, wild. I'm like, oh, it is Waco.
Yeah, it's a hole 2. I think Idlewild, no one's won twice there.
Yeah, I think what could be deceptive with some of the Pro Tour ones
is the FPO basket, which is a little deceiving.
And also the pictures don't have the, like, typically the Pro Tour basket would be there and like the wall and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this is I think where the FPO plays, or this is like the standard basket. Because this is
this is just the standard.
This is about 80 feet short of where the basket we play.
Yeah, the only thing I thought would give it away, which it did, is the left side. You can almost see the tee pad
for whatever reason.
It's a weird angle. It's a weird
fairway.
Angle.
Yeah, I say the fairway like looked Idlewild like to me, but I just couldn't piece it together.
Yeah.
All right, so Brodie's up 2-1. Okay. All right, this next one will be Brodie locks in first.
I believe that is yep, this is the
Brodie's locked in.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want you to say it because if you guess it, that might influence Trevor.
Trevor, you let me know when you're locked in. I can.
Yeah.
Or do you need? Or you let me know if you need.
We don't see him play on mock X's very often. I'm pretty sure that's a mock X.
In the picture, it is a mock X, but again, I'm not saying whether it is or is not what stays for the tournament. But these are just pictures from UDisc, so for future reference, don't get too caught on it.
Well, that's the problem is that's usually a big tip for me because I'm struggling with just the general property. They don't have those baskets.
I'm not even going off of baskets. I'm just going off straight vibes.
Well, straight vibes tell me one thing.
Also, very, very high quality picture. I don't know if that gives you anything.
Yeah, this photo is incredible.
Okay, I'm locked in. I will not change.
All right.
Give my word.
Brodie, where do you think this is? Northwood Black, Trevor?
Oh, that's definitely what it is. I was thinking it looked like Brewster's, but I know they don't have those baskets. I was just there.
They don't have those trees either.
It is Northwood Black. That is
I've never
what
been
it is.
Northwood.
R5. Really, you got to saw off your second shot. Crazy. It's one of the weirdest second shots we have on tour. And then that double tree on the left is a freaking nightmare. If you hit that, you just feel like a nincompoop.
All right. Trevor will be the first one to lock in this one. You can't win, Trev, but you can try to get it right.
Well, I know where this is. I believe
you can lock in first in case Brodie doesn't know.
Okay, I'm locked in.
Come on now.
You know what's funny is I get this name wrong, and then every year when I look it up,
it used to be called BBO and 2.0.
It is the Woods at Trinity. For some reason always call it the Falls at Trinity.
I like to call it Trinity Falls. I believe that's what it used to be called.
So that's why I call it that then. Because now it's called the Woods at Trinity.
It is the Woods at Trinity. This is
this course is so sweet. Yeah. This is the hole that Hunter pretty much exposed himself as being the imposter.
But I wasn't the imposter. I just sucked. Yeah. It says that hole though. Just
the slip hurt around the world.
That does show you the problem with that game.
So funny. I feel pretty confident. Right in the middle of the lake.
That was a great imposter because we adjusted the line like 3 times too.
Oh, it was brutal. We were getting killed out.
Well, it was also freezing cold.
And no, the mud was the worst part.
The Texas mud.
Texas mud is a nightmare.
Out there.
I'm really hoping the next tomorrow bakes a little bit because it was downpouring all weekend.
No.
I looked at the UDisc description for McCord, and it was like mud warning.
McCord is hole 4 is like unplayable.
Yeah.
Are we going there tomorrow?
We might not be able to. We might have to do a different. Alex Clark.
I can drive. I can try to drive by it maybe, or I can text someone because it really is like if it rains at least a little bit, hole 4 is underwater. It's
Yeah.
like a lake.
Sounds like Sandusky.
Yeah, it's not fun to play out there, but maybe it will be fun.
That's hysterical. All right, well, that's all I had for this episode, but we have a little time left if anyone has a story on their heart they want to share, anything that you just being quick to talk about.
I mean, I'll probably go more into this on Tour Life, so you guys could probably just click off if you already listened to this, but I played a tournament this past weekend. Terrible decision.
Yeah.
I think I signed up for it like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And that was like back when I started like kind of practicing a little bit. And then this past week, it's been devastatingly cold. And so I really haven't been able to play much at all. And I'm kind of coming to the realization of I didn't really practice at all last year. And so I was pretty much just terrible all last year. And I really haven't practiced all that much this offseason yet. And so I get out there and I'm like, I'm just like not good at disc golf right now. Like I'm just really not good. And I think the biggest issue is I'm throwing as if I am good.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
So like I'm like, I have this shot.
Dumb it down.
It's like, no, you don't have this shot. So also
I still struggle with that, and I haven't been good in like 4 years.
Also, I don't know what you guys think.
More.
What you guys think about this, but I do think maybe the amateur side doesn't really matter. Maybe that's not important at all. But coming from my side of things, like I hate, obviously you guys know slow play. I hate all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're playing on the pro tour, it's kind of like you have no other choice. You have to just play the way it is. And some of the courses are long. There's filming, there's spectators. There's a lot of things that go into it. When you show up to a local event and you're playing like a short par 3 course, and like you're deciding to go play that. It's not like you're a professional, like this is your job. Like you're signing up to be like, this would be fun. I mean, a 4-hour round is.
You played a 4-hour round on a par 3 course?
That is impressive.
There's a couple.
What was this course?
It's Munson. It's just north of Pecan. It's a really fun.
You told us you're practicing for that.
It's a great course. There's a couple par 4s, but only one of them is actually like, I wouldn't even say it's a true par 4, because if you throw like a chip forehand and then you throw like an upshot, all the other par 4s are drivable. So it's not a long course by any means. And it took 4 hours to play our first round. I left my house at 6:00 in the morning. I didn't get home until 7:30 at night. Jeez. Because it was a round, and it was one round in the morning, an hour and 45-minute lunch break.
Hour 45? Is there like crazy. No food near it?
And then
was it hour and 45 from last card or for when you got in?
Last card.
Oh my gosh!
And then
that TD needs to be fired.
And then no, don't say that. He's very nice.
Okay,
and then
never mind. You need to hire that TD.
And then
take it back.
And then a 3.5-hour second round in the afternoon. So,
was there no food options near?
I mean, there's like fast food 5 minutes away, but I think it's because they were grilling. They had people come in to grill ham, and so like people are hanging out, and I get it.
Yeah,
I think some people like that.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I might be in the minority. I really might be, but I don't know if people are wanting to spend their whole day.
There's two groups for sure.
That's where it's like weird, right? Some people just want to get in, play the tournament, and get out, and then other people are like, this is my full Saturday. I love it. I can't wait for it.
Because that's like school disc golf is, this is my full Saturday.
Yeah.
Like it was because like old school disc golf, you'd show up, you'd have your morning round. Lunchtime, you typically would have like a CTP throw off, sometimes some like putting games and stuff. Lunch is like grilled out or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd go back out for the second round. Then they'd come back and they'd have to manually do scores. And while they're manually doing scores, you have like the putting finale and the CTP prize winner, and then they announce all of those prize winners before they do payout. And it's like if you signed up for a disc golf tournament, yeah, you're sun up to sundown, you're locked in for Saturday.
And
Kinda
now we got
remind me of,
flex
like,
cards.
Yeah. Now, if I run a tournament, I'm in Group B, where I'm like, let's get players in and out in
Efficient.
as short of a window as possible.
Yeah, it made me feel
we
like
can do a 45-minute lunch break. I don't think it's technically PDGA allowed, but like, let's try.
it made me feel like going to my sisters and brothers swim meets where
Oh my gosh.
you're just sitting around all day being like, when do they swim? Like
You were a swim meet guy too?
Not I had
My
it.
siblings.
I
My
didn't
siblings.
swim,
No,
but
I'm
they
saying my
did.
siblings both competitively swim, and I
it,
didn't.
it was the pits. It was literally
4 hours. 4 hours on a Saturday morning. They
you're
swim
doing nothing.
2 to 3 races if they're in a relay. I'm sitting out there on my PSP just playing street football.
There's worse places to be. Couldn't playing Twisted Metal at least.
Oh, Twist Metal's fun. But
Golly.
yeah, that's basically what I did all day Saturday. Also, kind of forgot when I signed up that it was championship Saturday, so that kind of sucked.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
that's a
does suck.
bummer.
Yeah.
So not only was all those factors, I also was playing terrible. It was cold
Yeah.
and it rained in the second round. So it's like
Oof.
it really
But
made
those
me
are the best stories, you know?
I guess. But yeah, I mean, it definitely put a lot of perspective of like, holy crap, you have to you got a lot of work to do between now and the end of February. So
There you go. Have you announced, like, are you still, is it still the plan, just like partial tour, play some Dallas tournaments, or are you trying to go full tour again, or are you not saying yet?
there's not really like a partial tour.
Well, last
feel
time you
like-
had talked, you had said like you're going to kind of pick and choose your tournaments and
Yeah,
then
'cause
play
I-
local in Dallas.
Because I thought they were still going to do the thing where they just have like a crazy amount of tournaments. Like you look at it, there's really not that many tournaments that you look at and be like, I don't want to go to that.
Yeah.
Like what would you say are like the smallest, the what's the word I'm looking for? Prestigious? I don't know.
Yeah,
The tournaments that
least.
you look like, what tournaments are there on the tour that you look at and be like, that's one that you could probably miss.
I'd have to pull it up. Let me
I
pull
mean,
it
they
up.
took
'cause
out
I think some of
DDO.
them they took out. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They took out DDO, which is like number one for I think most pros of like, I don't want to play that.
Well, you could just not go to Europe and you miss like
Yeah, I
half the
mean,
tour.
But
not
that's
going to
also
Europe,
you're missing
you missed
Worlds
two majors.
and European Open. So they
Correct.
made it kind of impossible to miss that.
Yeah.
If it's
I mean,
one
really,
major, sure.
the only thing on here is like, I mean, you could miss
A
like when they
Florida
do
event?
the Kansas City Wide Open, because that's a new event. So who knows what that's going to be like?
Well, they played a tournament. They played a silver event there, and it was really
Yeah.
cool.
People loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you're right. Cascade Challenge is a similar thing where they did a silver event.
I
And now it's full
love
pro
that,
tour.
and I played there, and I
But-
love that course. And it's
So then,
also
yeah,
you're kind of
that's it.
already up. You're already up there, anyways, for the west
Yeah.
side.
You're
So, I
right.
mean,
There isn't really.
They really did do a good job of like trimming the fat of where it's
Yeah.
just like there's not a lot of courses to look at to be like, yeah, I'm gonna skip that. I'm good.
Yeah.
So-
that makes a lot of sense.
So we'll see. Yeah, I'm not planning right now. I'm not really planning anything. I'm still trying to figure some stuff out. But yeah, I got to get the game better. I mean, you guys
makes
will.
sense.
You guys, by the time this comes out, we'll have already filmed some stuff down here. So
Well, I guess when this is coming out, we'll actually probably delay the release of this because I think we're doing the putting stream tomorrow night or Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Okay. So
this will come out the following.
this
week.
comes out before. So this comes out the day
Oh.
before. This will come out tomorrow. So when you're
Oh.
listening to this, tomorrow is our putting stream, Thursday.
Oh, snap.
So
okay.
what do you think, Brodie? Who's going into the finals? Trevor's already locked in the finals.
It's gonna be epic. I mean,
Who's
just
going to
Are
the
you
final?
literally trying to ask me to assess players' skill level?
It's between
It's
Connor
just-
and I.
yeah,
We're
it's just
both-
Hunter
we
and
both
Connor.
decided today that we're going to just use roaches at your house. Neither of us are bringing putters.
Oh, I was wondering if that was gonna be talked
He
about.
came in my office and asked, he's like, how many putters are you bringing? And I said, I'm just using roaches at Brodie's house. And he goes, I want to use roaches. And I was like, well, I just don't want to fly
You
with
build
like,
in an excuse though.
I just don't want to fly with that many putters. He's like, I'll just use roaches. That's fine. So we're both just going
Oh,
roaches.
He's laying down. Brodie, just somehow procure 5 wizards and like
I think I
whenever
actually
he
have some.
whenever he goes to be like, well, I don't even have my putter, like I'm not taking it seriously, and you pull out a stack of wizards.
I don't know if I have a stack, but I think Gateway did send me. That's
If you got a
Gateway, right?
couple though,
Gateway,
like we
yeah.
could rebound.
I think I do have. I mean, who knows where they are, or if I
It's
have
so
given
funny.
them away at this point because I gave away a bunch of stuff, so I don't know. But
Any predictions though?
I mean, Connor under pressure is not. I mean, you're probably what, minus 250, minus 300.
I've only played disc golf once in the last like 3 weeks.
Hunter was the 1 seed. He would
Oh,
probably.
How far is this
I was
putting?
the 1 seed.
How far is this putting?
So there's basically 4 different stations ranging from 20 to 35 feet. And there's 5 rounds of 10 putts each. Hunter will get to pick 3 of the rounds because he is the higher seed, the better seed.
Can't decide what I'm picking yet.
So Hunter, let me put it this way. Hunter's going to be picking a lot of the 35 footers and 30 footers.
Most likely.
Like that's where especially the 35 footers. Hunter will dominate the 35 footers. Connor's only hope is that he putts really well from 25 and 30 feet, and Hunter does not. Because Hunter will putt well from 20 and he'll putt really well from 25. Or from 35 rather. Those middle two, Connor can be sneaky good at the 30 and 25 footers, and Hunter can that's a streaky area.
If Connor gets dialed on 35s, I mean that's 4 points putt.
Is he doing that weird step putt again where he like hikes his leg
you
out?
are right. That is the most separation. You go out to 35 and you're playing the risky game.
Is it something I have to declare beforehand, or can I like go? I'm going 35,
and
then if
I
round
by
round,
round.
I can get okay.
I feel like
like
you should
that.
be
go round by round.
I like that. Okay, because that way, if I get hot at 35, I can just park
But you can only it can only be done twice
in a row.
So if you
twice
during the match. So if you do 35 and then he picks 35, 35s are done.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Wow, that should be fun.
Well, if y'all are excited, if y'all are interested in that, tune in Thursday night.
And then tune in after that.
Yeah, we'll be ripping some packs.
To rip some packs.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Is that gonna be on Whatnot, or where is that gonna be?
Yeah, we'll probably do that over on Whatnot. It's just simpler for you guys your first time.
Heck yeah. Very excited to not know what I'm looking at, but I'll react according to Brodie's reaction.
Yeah, if we pull anything big, I'll let you know.
I can't wait for Brodie to start yelling over just the worst card possible just to get me hyped. For no reason.
Please.
Well, we might do some stuff too where some of the people might want you to sign some of this stuff, you know?
Do you have any Brixton cards, or have you already ripped through all those?
No, that's what I have.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, we're opening Brixton.
Yeah, we're doing hobby boxes.
That's all I have.
Oh, never mind. I will know what I'm looking at. Okay.
Yeah. No,
I was not on that page. That's it. I'm even more excited.
I was gonna say I have tons of football,
boxes,
but I figured you guys would like to rip disc golf.
I'd love
more.
to rip the disc golf ones because now I know what I'm looking at. That's great.
It's the last bit of disc golf I've got.
There we go. All right. Perfect. Well, there you go. Tune into both those live streams tomorrow night. Keep you entertained. And then be sure to check out our main channel for all the videos we're going to be filming while we're down in Dallas. A lot of great stuff's going to be coming your way over the next month or so. And we'll talk to you again next week. Same time, same place for the off season.